there's no learning. I mean, he's playing at school. Then nothing important is happening. Because we think actually play is play. You know, sometimes when you give someone some serious business and you think they're playing, then that's a job. They're not doing anything important. But that's important. What they've raised. That's important. And I'm actually very happy because we're in Uganda. I'm a disciple of the attachment theory, and research was conducted here in Uganda by Ainsworth. So it's actually very important that you are even here. You're also seeing that we are not taking play seriously. Or should play be serious? Or what am I saying? When I'm saying taking play seriously, what does that mean? Should play be serious? Or play is not serious, it's play. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, just what stands out to me in what we talked about is that we are making milestones. We are coming from an environment where, you know, when we put children in a same car, it should be academics and academics. So me, I think iHELP is teaching people different things now. I know my community members will tell you, if you ask them a question, they are less skilled in handling play. Play with a child, even when you're a parent, needs you to have certain skills. So one thing we want to do, Professor, is skilling up the parents we have in our centers so that they can able to stimulate children and to come out with a variety of play activities. The other thing that I've also realized is the categories of play that Norwegians have talked about, constructive, and even the context, indoor and outdoor, it's not coming out very clearly. Like in my Kenya context, they only believe, they're here, that when you have installed the big instruments, swing, which will not come today. I mean, children can bring ropes. These community members and parents never make ropes. A rope you can even just acquire in the environment. The ball for plastic, each and every parent can make. Is it true? They don't. If you ask them, the things that we make are the ones that are in the center. So this is a wake-up call that you can never engage a child in play without a tool for play. A tool for play is the one that just makes children naturally interested. They play with this, they move to this, they move to this. So variety is the thing when we are dealing with young children. And when materials are not there, you're not going to affect play development. The other thing is that apart from Norwegians, and when you compare Norwegian parents and African parents, we have not understood the value of play for a long, long time. And even when we talk about it, people wonder. I remember when we started our first cohort of parents that we enrolled in the centers, I kept on telling them, this is not a project that is supposed to make your children learn. There is no uniform, there is nothing. Don't children just come the way they are. And I am going to do dirty activities, nonsensical activities. They were like, hey, madam, are you serious? We bring our children here to do nonsense activities. I said, yes. If you want your child to learn, because Kenyan education system has PP1 and PP2 taken care of by the devolved county government, take your child there. They came because their kids were 4 years, but I told them, I want children that are under 4 so that you just play. There's no limit. When we wake up, we are tired today, just sit down and storytell, and we call it a day. So they wondered why I'm talking about utilizing their children's time without value for what they are talking about. And what value are they talking about? Academics. Because they say, what about schools, books? What about pants? Little big kids, less than 3 years. They were telling me to supply them with books. Uniform. We need to identify why uniform. If you ask them, they are still in the mentality of how our systems have worked. But we are saying this hybrid model, it's just an innovative that it is disrupting the status quo. That is what we are talking about. Disrupting what has been there. That is why we are building centers in the communities so that you don't say your child with special needs cannot access it. We are saying we are playing so that you don't tell us that you bring books in school. There is no writing. Even what we are talking about, the numeracy and literacy component for the teacher trained, it is done in a playful manner. It is not done by children writing anything. So I think that what you need to do, Prof, coming from them, is that awareness of parents needs to be escalated, skilling up of parents and even teachers needs to be done, because even our teachers, they have been trained in a system whereby play-based models are never used in their training education setup. So that is the thing, and material development stands out for you. If you want to make a child play without material, there's nothing you're going to do in class. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just to pick from where Rose has stopped and to add to the response from the team from Norway. I studied in Norway, and one of my courses was early childhood disability. And we had to study that alongside ordinary child development. And we were, for one semester, attached to the kindergarten that the university had. And that is the time I first learned that the first school for a child is play. And we were exposed to teacher-guided play for children and free play. The difference I saw is that the curriculum used is comprehensive, and materials are prepared in advance. And so you have play indoors, play outdoor. But in our environment, we simply need to encourage parents and teachers to make the materials that are from resources locally available, because those will be meaningful to the children because they are from their local environment. Whereas in Norway, the school procures those materials. Some are factory made, some are here we have to make them locally. 2, teachers in kindergarten in Norway are trained, and within their training they have a component of special needs education. So they have competencies to support learners with various special needs. And they also, the schools also have a collaboration with different professionals, speech and language therapists, audiologists, occupational therapists, and so on. So for us here, we have to make an effort to look for these professionals to help us make proper assessment for us to be able to tell the teacher and the parent what kind of materials to make and how to use them. So we need all these contexts because they help us see how best we can fill our gaps, the gaps in our systems. But the issue is we must train our teachers, We must train our caregivers, we must train our parents on strategies of making this service inclusive. Because ordinary early childhood development in Uganda, for example, has not been taking on children with disabilities.
Thank you so much. I'm happy that this argument is coming in after the information of Norway. I was in Norway, and I'm happy that I was totally in the kindergartens. But the same story. My first day in the kindergarten, they brought children and the parents themselves. We are removing the casual shoes to other indoor shoes. And after they said go for breakfast, I was wondering when is the school starting or studying. Then after, they said, okay, go for breakfast. So I wondered now, this is the next step. They said, okay, go and sleep. I haven't seen an academics coming in. Then following was gathering. They said, gather again. So they bring back children. After gathering, they go for playtime. Playtime, lunch. I was like, now, where is studying here? But when later I realized their play is totally based on play-based, but with learning. And they were taking children. What two big differences, like Dr. Rose is asking? Even Dr. Samson said, for us in Uganda, we read the play, which is very much a mistake. A teacher leads and guides play. It is even illegal. Meaning children are not reasoning. It is you reasoning. They are following your brains. So if the brains are not the best, children go kwara kwara. Okay, they don't go to the best too. They took children to a kindergarten to plant whatever they wish. One children was planting chocolate. Very serious. And because they wanted more chocolate, the teacher told them, what you plant, you get better. So they planted chocolate. Every person planted. So when they said after 3 hours we returned, this young girl didn't see the chocolate there. So they had an answer. Now it is the child to tell the others what happens when you plant what. So here in Uganda you say, no, get maize, leave a stone. Meaning there is no reasoning here. So we should entirely leave children to reason the way they wish. I'm happy that we are going to this direction. Let me go back to my level as MC or program manager today. I shouldn't shift it to the PIs. That is not my rank. However, we thank you so much for the openness and good presentation. Yes, please. Yes. I think in Uganda we have organized play, which is even in demarcations. They took those children, what we call for the kindergartens. The teacher is not in any way concerned with where they go. They go somewhere and they watch every child for safety only. They don't say stop doing this. In Uganda we are saying you either go to sand, play, go to water area, meaning there is no reasoning outside what you reasoned, which is a planned play. It affects reasoning of the children. If we allow children to do whatever they want, remember we started with the word that Montessori said, play is children's work. To them, it is the business, they know better. So you cannot plan for their work. You are killing them. Anyway, we have adjusted the program with the consensus from the program advisors that we are shifting to only listening to the next presentation as the last. That is the Kenya team. And after we shall have the evening tea and we shall call it a day. Kaliro team, Kalaki, Buyiko and Kalungu, we shall postpone that to tomorrow. 2 announcements. If you need more water is here. But also, after this presentation, we are going to have our evening tea behind us there. So we request that take anything without any fear. None of us is here to take a record of how many bottles of water you take, how many. Feel free. We have water in plenty, so feel free. Don't shy away. However, I request now that can we get a representative of the Kenyan team? Is it still Professor Rosie or someone else? The same again. Okay. Professor?
told you that it's very easy to clap your hands when you're sitting there. But it's very difficult to stand here and they clap for you.
So they should clap for you.
No, I'm not asking for that. I'm just encouraging my Kenyan friends to just come. They should not get lost there. They should just come.
Okay.
Meanwhile, as the Kenyan team comes, the persons, the other groups who have not presented, play. You presented parents teaching.
Yes.
Tomorrow we have play day. Play day. So we have some curriculum books. You got some curriculum last time, some book last time where there were lessons. Did you get them? The learning framework. Did you get them? What we have been doing is we have been collecting games and activities. When we visit your center, we collect them and we have been compiling them. So now we have been able to develop those activities and lessons for term 1, term 2, and term 3. So the books are here. We are going to give all the centers at least 2. Then we are also making another book which has games, so that now you simply look at a game and you start playing. So we are compiling a list of 200 games that's from your communities. We are going to give you those books before you go, so that tomorrow, when you come here, you have some example, not so? Instead of being serious, come here and don't be serious. Okay? So Kenya, don't be serious.
Bushere bana, bushere khan. Nenya mwana mlalambora ku nini ya maana. Nenyanga mwana mbora ku uri mamwe ya mwekiza natya kusaba shindu umurende no mwekiti na mulanga amuborarina barakudorin
mama ndenyanze kusaba shindu behu
mwaiksi mama yanze gitsa nwenya kuhana mirembe ohana mirembe ndi
haya kwenya kuimbe kuno kwenya mundu mulala kumunye akubara kulukana nonari nidirebo andebe nzimwe kisinzi takumutipa haya wala ku
enya kubola kushitanga wi
ebola
lelende
anyori kumukubira kumakobi aya kunda ambara kukandi shitandawiri shindu sha mamwe ya mweki
mama yantekiza vuvuli kumotole
abolanga kola bamwibebe
anyoli
kuraga kubaya mbayo kuri na mweki sa kulombe sa lala kabere lala kabere Sokonyora ubure bwanje ubure bwanje ubure bwanje
wabule
wekisingira
wabule 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 wabule
ubure bwanje
wabule
mose singira
wabule
ubene mabeka
wabule
mamanya kubena
wabule
alokasi
wabule
ubure bwanje
wabule
ubure bwanje
wabule
ubure bwanje
wabule
bosi singira
wabule
kubene mabeka
wabule
kwamanya kubena
wabule
kalushiyasi
wabule
aui
wa
aui
wa
mama yare mulonju itinyungu kadioti mama yare mulonju itinyungu mama yare mulonju itinyungu kulonde ya kadioti kula kre mama yare mulonju itinyungu
Golodi.
mama yare mulonju itinyungu
Kalodi
kulonde ya
Kalodi
kalushiriya
Kalodi Kalodi
kalushiriya
Kalodi
mama yare mulonju itinyungu
Kalodi
mama yare mulonju itinyungu
Kalodi
kulonde ya
Kalodi
kalushiriya
Kalodi,
kulonde ya
Kalodi,
kalusiri ya
Kalodi.
Mama mbeti mbili
Mama, Ndirumita, 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 Mama, Ndirumita, Ndirumita. Ndirumita Hanindala ya wira Dayoji kanyama Ujemanga nukonga Ndirumita Ndirumita.
So the translation of our plays, one is teaching about the moral values and virtues, because the normal schools teach about English, Swahili, and other subjects. But parents, we teach the magic words that you cannot find them in school. For instance, thank you, excuse me. Those magic words, you can't find them in school. But parents, we teach our children. The last song, we are also teaching our children on how they can grow crops by demanding, not requesting, demanding seeds from parents so that they can grow the crops. They are not asking for the already developed crops. They want to start from the scratch, because the young children, they have to grow. As they are growing, their crops are also growing, their soul is growing, and their language is also growing. Thank you very much.
Asante sana wenzetu kutoka Kenya. Thank you so much. I think we go back to any comments or discussions from members. Okay? Someone?
Well done, Kenya. I didn't know that very tall men and women can play and dance. Yeah, thank you very much. That was quite realistic. Yeah, you fulfilled two critical characteristics of play. Play is fun. Play is pleasurable. When you ask children to play, it's not play. Children should just play on their own without you telling them to play. If you tell them to go and play at the same pitch, then it's not play. You are directing them, you are telling them what to do, and it's not their wish. Therefore, it fails to become their work. Yet, we want play to be children's serious work, according to Montessori. So, I'm really happy that these children were playing spontaneously. They were moving from one kind of song to the other, and they were not even instructing each other what to do. But whoever felt like singing, started singing, and they were singing. And it was spontaneous. Thank you very much. I liked that play was pleasurable and spontaneous. I liked the spontaneity that you demonstrated the play. Well done, Kenya.
Dr. Sam?
Zimbabwe is going to revenge tomorrow.
Okay. Professor?
When the Ugandans were presenting in their language, the Kenyans were keeping quiet. The Zimbabweans were keeping quiet. You understood the language. But when you are in play session, the language doesn't matter. There are certain things that you see and you pick from there. Our schools are wasting time trying to teach language. Even the one who does not know the language is trying to teach a language he doesn't understand to a one who doesn't understand. So you waste a lot of time. Let us use the language the children understand. Are we together?
Yes.
Let us give children opportunity to play. I want to speak to you, the centers. You have heard the Norwegians. The children play the whole what? The whole day. Why are you giving children 2 hours to play? You, the centers. Why? I want to know. Now it is time to quarrel. Why do you give children little time to play? What are you fearing? What is the problem? I need to hear from you people. The parents are here. The ones who tell the teachers that child is always playing. You see that child is always playing. The parents say like that. They come to school. Some of them even come with a stick. They say, now teacher, here is a stick. That child of mine plays. So when you see him play, you beat. Why don't you beat him from home? Why do you bring the stick to school? Parents, tell me. You can use your language if you'll understand. There's somebody there.
Thank you, sir. Yes, nze bafira wala Isaac. Eri buyikwe. Ffe ng'abazadde tubeera tetwagala abaana baffe kujja ku ssomero bazannye. Kubanga twagala bubonero. Nze ntunule ku ripooti nti omwana wange yafunye 10 mu kubala alina 7 mu luzungu. Nsonga lwaki nze kiba tekinsanyusa kuwulira nti omwana wange ali awo azannya buzanyi.
I come from Buyikwe, and as a parent, I'm not interested in any way why my child should play, because at the end of the day, my interest is the results. That I'll have to look at the report card, and I want digits, not play. So I don't see any importance in play.
Thank you very much, Professor. I'm also a parent from Buyikwe. You see, our home-based learning centers are amidst some nursery schools. And I, as a parent, when my child goes to the center and just plays, when they come home, there is comparison with those ones from the other schools. Then I see as if mine has no future. That is the one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To my center, we got a challenge with the parents when we registered children. He came and found that children were playing by the time of picking children, and it took the child forever up to today. But what I have learned is most parents didn't have capacity build. They don't know really what is supposed to be done, because they were not being given knowledge out of these centers here. So the few one who accepted knew later that Kumpe play is good. This here, when we are enrolling, they came back again and said, we didn't know. The thing is good. Please take mine also, take mine also, take mine also. But there is a capacity that is supposed to be taken. Now we get a challenge that, oh, you are selective. You have started selecting. So, you know, knowing something is really something very good. Thank you very much. So, this is Kalaki.
Thank you. By the names I'm called Nairu Tibenda Juliet from Wako Wambus, ECD Center, Kaliro. The same challenge that we have been facing and is still up to now. Some parents reach the extent of changing their children that for us we just leave their children to play full day. Why is it that we keep them playing ever and not to take these children in the class and we give them work? Second to that, that in our classes, why is it that we don't have chalkboards there, which means we just concentrate on play only. So those are one of the challenges we've been facing, but still we could try to talk to them. But still, there are some parents who emphasize on that point that we don't teach. But since this year, since the beginning of this year at least, we are trying to see some parents changing, because now some come and teach our children and they see a change.
Anyone else?
Okay. Thank you, fellow participants. I am a Moduma Grade from Kalaki, Asianut. We are going to the point of why we were not giving these children enough time to play. This was coming from the parents. Parents could always complain that my child comes very early in the morning when he's very clean, comes back when he's very dirty. When do you study, you people? I have an experience of a certain parent who one time came and said, I personally give you my child. If he disturbs or if he plays a lot, you cane. I've given you authority to cane. It's my child. Then I told her, you cool down. We shall work with that boy. The boy was too playful from term 1 to term 3. But surprisingly, this term, that lady now started saying, I wish my child was not to leave this school. I wanted you to start a primary section. Then I told her, but it's the right time for that boy to be in primary. Said, but I just wish him to be around. But at first, she's the one who never wanted that child to play. That means that child has developed through play. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to have, okay, there's a neighbor.
Amakao Beatrice from Kaki District, St. Peter's. We are only 3 months old in the system. Where we are not doing well, you will correct us. In St. Peter's, the challenge we had first term, because this is our second term, when it comes to Wednesdays, parents could not bring their children to school. They are wasting time. That school is for Madam Akao. We send our children there to go and dirty themselves. She doesn't buy for us soap. We send our children there to go and play. When will our children learn to write? When will our children learn to speak in English? In Akao's school, they call it my school, not St. Peter. Children write on the ground, not in books. We are supposed also to provide books and uniforms. I told them, no, it's the culture of this school. And this is the culture of the organization. To my surprise, colleagues, when we opened this term, all the children are back at school. And hundreds would be enrolled in the school, but we are limited. All these children with disabilities in the whole sub-county, they want me to enroll them, but I told them, no, it is too late. I've taken what the organization wants me to take. Otherwise, by now, St. Peter would be having about 200 children. Disabilities and those one without disabilities. But the issue of absenteeism on Wednesday is now covered. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Let me give this one.
Much. My name is Wanyanya. I'm from Kalungu, Chikukumbi Learning Center. The parents of Kalungu district are saying that their children are aging and they are missing a lot without speaking English. They want their children to speak English. So those we had last year, they were taken to primary schools. When they looked at the report that we made at the end of the term, they said, which report is this? Where is the marks? What are they learning? They are wasting our time. So we want our children to learn numeracy and they learn English. So please, they need more education and to encourage them such that they join those schools.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for giving these questions. I know they're not coming from you, but they're coming from really. Yeah. And I want to give some of the answers that you take to them. Okay? Now, the centers where you are called pre-primary. Not primary. You tell them like that. Eh? Pre-primary means do work, not for primary. Children in primary, not primary. Let me give me this other. Someone doesn't want my answer then. In pre-primary, you do pre-reading. Before they start reading, there's some activities that you do. You do pre-numeracy, meaning activities that you do before they start reading or they start numeracy. The parents want to hurry to start doing numeracy when the children are not yet ready. So tell them that we move in what? Steps. We don't just hurry to go there, otherwise we are going to spoil that. We want the children to go and write on the soil there, to develop their finger muscles, so that by the time they start getting the pencils, their hands are used to holding the pen to write. Otherwise, tell those very parents to look at the other children and see how they are holding pens. They hold pens like they're holding spoons. Eh? Some hold like this. Even among us, see how you are holding the pens. Are you not victims of that early writing? Eh? Because you started writing too early, and therefore your fingers are not working well now. You even fear writing. If I gave you now to write just for 30 minutes, you'd even walk out of this place. Yet you are all, your hands have touched things I don't understand. Your hands have matured. But for those young children, you want them to keep writing like that. It is not a time for them to write like that. For now, our work is to teach children in the language they understand, not in another language they don't understand. English is foreign to them. They still don't understand it. We want them first to get skills in the language that they understand. That's why we emphasize on the local language and not English. Tell them that. The parents should not come to study on behalf of their children. What they fail to learn is what they want their children to learn now. The one who is insisting that why is he not speaking English is actually the one who does not know English. But just tell that parent that you go step by step. I want to tell you that the children who overplay tend to become the most creative children. You see them holding razor blades, nails, leaves, what? They are building their brain. so that as they grow, they can repair anything. They can take care of anything. But the ones you want to sit straight like they are statues, they remain there. Even the child will become 30 years, he's still in the house. You tell him, go to your house. He says, where should I go? He keeps staying in your home because he can't think. It is the play that opens the brain for the child to start thinking, for the child to start solving problems. So parents who are here, take the message to your friends. I want you parents who are here, when you go back, you never boarded the bus to come here for nothing. We had a reason why you brought 2 parents. When you go back, you are going to call other parents and have a meeting with them. I want to see pictures of these 2 parents teaching the other parents. You are going to post on the WhatsApp group, okay? Post. I want to see and I'm going to demand. I know each center. I'm going to demand. I want to see those 2 parents teaching the other parents. And I want to see those 2 parents making those other parents to bring materials for playing. And they also play. When you play, you become younger. Some of you are getting very old because you are serious all the time. Look at your faces. But when you play and smile, you relax. Then you want the children to get old very quickly. A 7-year-old child is already very old because the face is twisted all the time trying to cram. Let them relax. We need to have more play. And tomorrow we are going to do more play. We're not going to do these lectures tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing the real workshop. Play. We're going to give you the materials. Tomorrow we are going to remove some of these chairs. We are going to come here and do the play. So that when you go back, you want the children to do more play. You want the children to be more creative. You want the children to really be different. And I want to assure you, in the next 5 years, the children in your community will be different compared to the others. You are going to see the difference. Right at the other ones, they say they are very clever. They speak English, but they speak English with no job. Yours will not speak that English, but will have jobs because they know how to do the things well. We are going to take our tea.
Thank you so much, Professor. That's not enough. Let's clap again. Maybe mainly it is appreciation because our next journey is tea. But endlessly we apologize in case of any mishap or maybe weakness somewhere. We are human beings as organizers, but we appreciate everyone for being with us from morning up to now. To our Kenyan brothers and sisters, sorry for whatever happened to you, but we didn't plan for it because we love you more. And maybe you learned even better to reach us well. However, tomorrow let us try to keep time. You saw what happened today. It was the opening day, so we did not, more so when other people are just arriving, reporting, checking in. Tomorrow we have more tasks on, which are more hands-on or practicals. Let us kindly keep our time better in a way. As you go today, you try to know someone you didn't come with. You can say hi, ask for their number, where they work. Get a connection such that you don't come and go back as you came. It will be so sad. I say, where are you coming from? iHELP conference. What did you learn? And the contact, I came back as I went. Sorry. So yes, even if you are from Okalaki, attack anyone, not attacking physically or aggressively, but we want to learn the people. I'm happy that the DVC Professor Charles Mutai, I have never gotten a DVC at his rank asking for my number. And he said, can I have your contact? You are so serious, but yes. So at least I have a friend. I'm also going to start asking for yours. I'm not lucky. Maybe God made it that way. So kindly get a friend, change mindset. When you go to Picti, don't sit with the same person you came with. Kaliro, still together. still together as if we have ropes in the room. Let us adjust. However, thank you so much. We have been together. Let us clap for ourselves first. Yes, and there is a team we are forgetting. I've been saying, let's go to the kitchen. Let us clap for, it is a team of two, but a strong one. Let's clap for them. And now there is another technical team. You know, technical in terms of food, it is them. Technical in terms of ICT, it is these gentlemen also. Remember from morning, we have struggled together. When power went off, they were running outside. They made their internet available, but they have been running these things concurrently until now. Let us also thank them. Yes, so unless otherwise, from here we shall be having two administrative roles. One is giving you these materials, and however, regarding the charts, we want submission of lists from I think the team leaders from each district to guide us. For the country, it is also better such that we know who we are giving for purposes of accountability. On the wing of the books, we shall do the same because we want material to be enough. For members who are sleeping near maybe the hotels in Kampala, don't be so much excited. We appreciate that when you go to another country, you want to explore more, but explore either in a team or with caution. Understand where you're going. Don't simply trust everyone. We accept that every time you're in the country, people can easily know, even if you are black like us, they can say, no, this one is not us. And they will deal with you. So I'll just move around, of course, to explore, but maybe you can do it with a team, one of us. Even the driver who brought you is a very good guy and a listener, and he belongs to you, so you can feel free to tell him what you want, but of course under request. Is a listener. Unless otherwise, if you have any other administrative questions, find it very, very flexible to approach us. We're a team of 5, in fact 7, so meet any of us. We shall answer any questions, inquiries, or even feedback. We appreciate so much this day with you. Now for evening tea again, do we need a prayer? People are saying no. Okay. Thank you so much. Kindly let's go freely. When you pick a cup, we are going to follow the same format. Let us use this as the lead way, but we use the other wing as the return. Why? We don't want to collide that. We have tea. Thank you so much. Bless you. Good evening.